Beautiful people, welcome back to our YouTube channel, and thank you so much for joining our YouTube channel today. Guys, if you are new here, please do not forget to subscribe and share this video for us. Another important thing you should do for us is to like this video. If you do, you are equally giving water to the chairman of the broke community. So today I'm going to be talking about this medical school you should also look into if you are an international student, because most people were asking me if they can actually apply for medical courses or medical programs like pharmacy, medicine, and nursing. So if you are looking for a school like that, then this is a university you should consider. And again, I will be telling you some requirements you need to use to apply to this school, and equally some things you need to pay attention to. Also remember that the documents you may need to apply to this school may not be authenticated, but again, there are important things you need to put into consideration. Now, one of the things you need to know is that when you gain admissions here, you have to first of all apostille your documents, like take your documents and make them legal, like the original of the originals, or you take them and do legalization. It is authentication, by the way. Then if you are able to do apostille on it, or like to apostille the documents, you already know what I mean. If you do not know, drop a comment below. I'm going to respond to you to explain the process to you better. Then when you do this, you add a document called financial obligation document. It will be sent to you by the institution. Then you sign the document, add to your diplomas. Then you equally add a copy of your health insurance to the documents. That's 3 documents. And then you use the mailing details on the school website and send the documents to the institution. This is after you have gotten admissions to this university. Also understand, like I said, if you want to study pharmacy, medicine, and nursing, then you should check this school. And the tuition fee you are going to be spending, well, the tuition here, I think it should be 4,600 euros to like 10,600. Then calculate if the equivalence is almost the same as 57,700 zloty, because according to the website, this is what is there. I just took this 4,600 euros from another site when I was doing my research. So please put all of this into consideration. Now we have talked about what you need to do after you've gotten admissions, and this is for nursing students specifically. Now admission started on March 15 and is going to stop by July 15. For those who are located somewhere in Nigeria, Cameroon, I do not know how appointments is going to work out for you, but for those from East Africa, Kenya, and the other countries like South Africa, and even those watching from UAE and other places, please apply if you are looking for BSc programs to study any medical program. Like if you are looking for BSc programs to study pharmacy, medicine, and nursing, you can apply now. And remember, there are also subjects that you need to consider when doing this application. I remember someone was asking me if she can apply to medical programs using arts. I think she had an arts degree in linguistics. Then she was asking me if she can apply for medicine without a science background. No, when it comes to Polish universities, it's going to be difficult. And I'm talking about medical university in Gdańsk, like I said. Now, if you take a look at the school website, which I'm going to link down there, you will notice that they have biology, chemistry, physics, and mathematics. Why did they put these programs on the school website? They are just trying to tell you that without these subjects from high school, you cannot apply to these programs. And remember, medicine takes at least 6 years to study here, which means that you have to study year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. Then the final 2 years, you are going to be working on internship and the other projects. Now, pay attention to biology, chemistry, physics, and mathematics at A levels. It is stated on the school website clearly that at A levels. Now, this is going to Cameroonians, because I know most of us from Cameroon, we had, though I didn't do mathematics, but I have the other subjects. So if you intend to study any of these, you should make sure that your A level have biology, chemistry, physics, or maths, if not all, but 2 or 3, because they are going to be taking this into consideration. Now, another thing you should put into consideration is that they are going to also organize an exam, an online exam, which is going to involve biology and chemistry. This is the school I'm talking about. Then you should equally include your English proficiency into their application. All right, it is going to be like you have to upload it online. But if you didn't study in English, then you have to supply your IELTS score. But if you studied in English, you have the right to tell the school that, okay, this is English on my certificate, I studied in English. And if you can get a document from your school to equally show evidence, then that will be great as well. But English proficiency is highly needed here. Then a motivation letter why you want to study pharmacy or medicine or nursing. You have to write a motivation letter. And I would like to say that if you are putting up a motivation letter, it should be maximum 1 page or 1.5 page. It shouldn't go above 750 words, because it's going to be very bulky and the admissions team do not have enough time to go through all of this. So the motivation letter is very important. You have to tell them why you choose medicine, why you choose the school. All right, leverage on the fact that the school has the facilities that maybe the universities in your country may not have. And if you can quote the names of some of the facilities that the school has, of course you are going to find all the details on the school website. Make sure you look at their laboratory, look at the course content to know all of this, so that you can draft a very powerful SOP. SOP is a motivation letter. That is what I mean. Then also remember to check the school website. There is something they call IB diploma, and there are rules to that IB diploma. I will not talk more about that. Please check those details to be informed. Another thing you need as a requirement to apply to this school is the application form. You are going to get that from the school website, and a copy of your international passport, which of course has to be valid for at least 15 months before you go for the interview. So these are the things that you need to put into consideration. Now remember, I was talking before, I mentioned the fact that you have to put a financial statement obligation to the files, to a file. You also add to your documents, you have to add the financial statement to your documents, and equally a copy of your health insurance. Now your health insurance, I do not know the health insurance type they are talking about, but you should go and check from the school website to be able to know what you need. Then you add it and send to the school. Without you doing this, you may not proceed with visa application, because when they check this and they are certain that you are okay health wise and your documents are okay, that is when they are going to issue you the final go ahead to apply for the visa. Remember, you do not need to legalize your documents before you apply, but you have to do it after you've gotten admissions, then probably pay your tuition fee. Then for the other universities, I'm going to be talking about after I'm going to be bringing videos on some few universities that are still open. But again, remember that I still have more videos on the platform talking about some schools which are open and quite affordable. Looking at this tuition fee to study medicine here, or pharmacy or dentistry, 4,600 euros to like 10,000. Now you need to think, is it for 1 year? Is it for the entire school season? It cannot be for the entire school season, because of course this total, it shows that from 1 to 6 years you have to pay 57,700 Polish zloty. Now you have to convert the total. I'm going to put it somewhere, convert to see how much it is, because the school actually put this for the total of years you are going to spend to study this program. But again, if you are going to be paying per semester or per year, I do not know how long they are going to be charging. They will be charging you 4,600 to like 10,000 euros. I think the one that is costing more, or the one you are going to pay more money, should be for pharmacy and medicine, because nursing is not usually very expensive. Now take into consideration the requirements. Also take into consideration the exam dates. So important, because if you fail to put this into consideration, you might have issues. And if you miss out on an opportunity like this is a very cheap school that you can study medical programs, and I hope you get the material well. Problem is not to use your two sponsors. The issue is if you are using two sponsors, especially these people are not like you have direct parents or maybe your direct siblings, right? You need to be able to prove that they are actually your sponsor. If they have been paying your tuition before, maybe let's just assume that maybe they have been taking care of you in the past 3 years, you can then show evidence of all of this, okay? But if not, no problem. Just bring out the documents. Birth certificates to do, ID cards could do, passports could do, but just bring out the documents and do not forget to show how they are getting their money and where they are getting their money. Now, I think that we have trashed issue of proof of funds. Let's talk about what happens now with most of the schools. If you check very well, there are so many changes in Canada, and I would like you to understand this. A province like Nova Scotia is giving out provincial attestations like 12,000, I think 12,500, but they are not going to give, they are going to give like 7,000 visas. Now, this is not just for Cameroon, it's just for the entire world, Nigeria, Ghana, inclusive, everybody. So you have to be tactical when it comes to showing documents for your visa application. Like I always say, you have to show that you can sponsor yourself, why you are going to Canada, why you choose the school, why the program, okay, why that particular province, what the program is going to do to you. This is going to now come in your letter of explanation. You have to draw this visa officer's attention to all these things. You put it very well. Then remember, this is one part, letter of explanation, your proof of funds. How did you structure your bank statement? Like, how did you build the account? Were you saving slowly, or you just bumped too much money into that account? You have to be careful, and you need to explain all of this. If there are lump sums, explain very well how you got those money. They are trying to fight money laundering, right? So you know that already. Then the other part is your home ties. What do you have back home that is going to bring you back? Not what your father have, what you have, okay? But if you are a teenager, maybe, let me not say teenager, if you are still under 30, I would say that you can show documents to prove that your parents still have properties. Do they have lands? Do they own houses? Do they have real estate? Do they have farmlands, lands? You show all of these, because these are the things that will help to tell the visa officer that you will return back home. And of course, okay, and you should have a focus. Why are you going to study, and what will you come back to do? These things must be clearly stated on your letter of explanation and your other documentations, guys. Please remember, some schools are asking for tuition deposit like MBCC, NSCC. So I would advise you pay this money. When you pay, gather everything and do your visa application on time. Remember, most schools want to see a visa. There is a date every school is given. I think NSCC should be NSCC in Nova Scotia should be like August 2nd. I don't remember vividly, but they have a date. Every school have a date. I think it should be August. Yeah, even MBCC should be August. So you have to put all this into consideration. Proof of funds to study in Canada is the most important thing you need as of now. Okay, but if you cannot move to Canada, there are other countries you can move to. Just make sure you put all these things into consideration. Do research, watch videos. If you have doubts, you book appointments, you get knowledge before you apply. Do not give millions to people. Put the money in your account or your parents' account, then you do it yourself. This thing is actually ABC, just that most people do not understand what the process is. If you are thinking of moving with family and there is no possibility, check other schools, check other countries, Austria, Finland, Netherlands, Denmark. You can go with family.